Alright guys, we're here on day 2 of this Duramax build. So first thing I had to do was repair this battery terminal. This is the positive side driver's battery cable. I attempted to jump it when we picked it up and it was a no-go. So I went ahead and put one of these cheapies on from Walmart. I've got an extended bolt that's going to go to the battery, the side post. This is going to be replaced. I got a couple batteries from Walmart for 1 year. Ever starts. Group 75s, and I believe this should start it. Stay tuned. Where I left my keys at too. Oh, they're here. Might be wishful thinking, but here we go. Maybe I should put a jumper on it. Probably put a jumper on this thing.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so we went ahead and took the Duramax for its first test run. I'm sorry, I was a little too excited. I didn't record it, but unfortunately it did not go into reverse, which is kind of concerning. But if it needs a transmission, no big deal. I'll put a tranny in there. I mean, it's not a big deal. But we did have a massive fuel leak, diesel fuel leak, which I didn't know about until I came back a mile later and took a look. And where can I show you guys? It is down where my finger is. There's no way I can show you guys, but right there, a fuel line. I think that's probably a fuel return line broke and got diesel fuel all effing over the place. So it's a big mess right here. All diesel, as you can see, is soaked. Damn. So I made a mess on the floor too. I'm sure my boss won't be too happy about that, but he heard it running and he got excited. I mean, overall the truck, it took a little while to crank over, but once we put a jump on it, I mean, cranked right over and we primed it. So I'm thinking this might be a little promising truck here. And we might get away with just putting a transmission in here and stuff. I mean, I didn't see too much white smoke coming out of it, meaning the injectors are bad. I didn't see a lot of white smoke out of it. However, I've only driven it for 1 mile, so I need to drive it more to get a clear answer on that. So that's where we're at right now, day 3 of this project. So stay tuned for the next one. Peace. Might as well get 2 magnets, bro. One for the top and then run. All right, here's the beginning. Before we pull this damn thing apart to do injectors on it, we got injectors from injectordirect.com. It's here in Los Obispo, and we're gonna start digging in. Thanks to Diego here. Yes sir. We pushed it in and we did a oil change, and when I drained the oil, damn near everything in there was fuel. So we know that we have a leak in our injector system somewhere. So I'm gonna begin with pulling this side apart first, and then we'll go to that side, and I'll bring you guys along momentarily. Alright, this is where we're at right now. I've got the FICM off, I've got the fuel filter housing off, I've broken these high pressure fuel lines, meaning I've cracked them loose. Next thing is, if you could see all that debris in there, I'm gonna go ahead and take a vacuum to it and just clean all that stuff out before I proceed any further. I'd just like to keep it as much debris out of the engine as possible. These are soaked, all cracked and brittle, this fuel line, as you can see. We're gonna go ahead and replace all those while we're in it. And we're also doing glow plugs. That's what I got with the kit. But before we go any further, I gotta take a bite. Yeah, time to grub. So I've tried vacuuming it the best I can, but there's still debris. A little hesitant to blow it out with compressed air, but I don't think I'll have a choice. So I'm gonna put my safety glasses on, and just blow this out with some compressed air. As you can see, there's some fine debris and stuff. I just don't want this to fall into the valve area once I pull the valve covers off, because I will be there pretty soon. So let me find a place for you. And let me hit it with the air chuck. Alright guys, so we got the upper valve cover off, and I'm pleasantly surprised in what I'm seeing. The engine looks actually really clean. It looks fantastic in there. It was a good runner. I can see some marks on these cylinder head bolts, indicating like right there, kind of hard to show you, but you know, it does look like the head gasket was replaced. The guy I bought it from said it was replaced, but he also told me that the injectors were replaced. So the injectors do look new, and I did look up on GM vehicle history report, and it does confirm that the injectors were done. However, we still had a leak somewhere, so it kind of looks like my leak was from that return banjo over there. Kind of looks wet, but it's kind of hard to say at this point. I didn't want to take this apart twice, or take it apart, order parts, and wait, you know, for a very long time until I got all the injectors. So this is where we're at right now. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the lower valve cover, and we should be getting to removing these injectors pretty soon, a lot sooner than I thought. This job seemed a lot harder, but to be honest with you, it's actually going quite fast and easy. I don't want to jinx it, but it could be because I don't have an EGR on this vehicle. I believe this vehicle is a federally emission vehicle, which means it doesn't have an EGR. That's the way it was built, so that's what I'm thinking. Anyways, we're gonna continue going on, and I'll keep you guys posted. Alright guys, so we got the upper and lower valve cover off. The side, this wiring harness just comes right off. I'll just put this here. That'll indicate the furthest one back. And I'll put this one somewhere else to indicate furthest forward. These nuts, they stay on here, which is great. I was terribly terrified of dropping these in the engine. So now I'm just gonna hit the vacuum, cross this one more time, clean up all the debris as good as I can, and after that I'm gonna go ahead and start removing this fuel return line. Alright guys, so we went ahead and got the fuel injectors out, and I blew all the ports out with compressed air. Try to get it as clean as I possibly could. I still need to wipe the surfaces on the cylinder head, but everything else is looking pretty good. I did find the problems with the injector. Sorry, I can't tell you which cylinder is which. If this was a gasoline engine, this would be cylinder 8. So this one is actually pretty saturated. It's very wet coming out. I do believe it had a failure, it cracked. However, I can't prove it. I did not test these, I just pulled them out. This one was considerably worse than them all. These two actually are pretty wet, this one being the worst. Now keep in mind we are on the passenger side currently, and now I'm gonna go ahead and get the new fuel injectors ready for reinstallation. Alright guys, before I move further, I just wanted to go ahead and show you my kit and where I ordered them from. I ordered my kit from injectorsdirect.com. They were in San Luis Obispo, which is in California. I'm located in Northern California, and therefore ordered one close to me, just so I can get the shipping done. I ordered these yesterday and I got them today, so it was less than a 24-hour turnaround time to receive these. Now, I did not order brand new ones. I ordered refurbished ones because of the fact that I'm not keeping this vehicle. I do intend to resell this vehicle, so therefore I opted to get refurbished ones that also have a 2-year warranty, which will transfer over to the new owner. So these are the injectors. I mean, they appear to be fine. I don't see any visible issues to be concerned with. However, that would be the case with any refurbished part. You wouldn't be able to see if it's bad or anything until you get it in. However, there's a warranty. I work at a shop. I don't mind going ahead to do this once again. I ordered all 8 glow plugs. I figured while I'm in it, just go ahead, we'll send it. This is for the fuel filter housing. This is the bleeder screw. I stripped it out because it's plastic, very common, so I went ahead and ordered a aluminum one. Both of the fuel return lines, all the high pressure lines, valve cover gasket, banjo bolts, the cup seals, the red Loctite, and gasket maker. And this is all new hardware for the this one would be for the upper, this is for the lower valve cover. But this is my box full of the other fuel injectors that I received. So I spent about $1,200 before tax and before shipping on all this stuff. After shipping was about $1,400, just a little shy of $1,500 if you consider the overnight shipping and taxes that I paid. So I feel that I got a really good deal. I won't know until I put this all back together and I fire up the vehicle. However, if you're interested, you can go ahead and, you know, look on their website. They have very different options. They have new and refurbished and other options that are there, so you can go ahead and check them out. Right guys, this is our outro on day 5 of the Duramax build. So we got the passenger side fuel injectors on. We cleaned the valve covers with the hot washer tank. We need to get some valve cover grommets tomorrow, fuel lines for sure, but we'll be back at it in the morning, so stay tuned.